What's going on, guys? Chandler's Legacy Farm here. Who is ready for some knife reviews tonight? Huh? Who is ready? All right, here we go. What's going on, guys? Chandler's Legacy Farm here. Tonight we are just hanging out, having a cigar, drinking a beer, just hanging out. Wife's gone. It's just me hanging out by myself tonight, which is fine with me. A little bit of alone time, a little beer, a little cigar. Works out great every time, right? It's good for the soul. So tonight we're going to talk about a couple of knives. That are made here in southeastern Missouri. We're going to talk about a couple of my Ken Richardson knives. Ken Richardson, knife maker, southeast Missouri. You can look him up on Facebook, and they do, as far as I know, they do take orders, and you can get you a knife just like one of these. And we will. Let me get my cigars out of the way a little bit here. We'll get into this. I don't really think I've done an actual video on just my two newest ones. I've done a previous video on Ken Richardson knives, talking about some of the history and some of my father's knives and all that stuff. It was a very successful video. You can go back into my catalog videos, check that out. But anyway, you can look up Ken Richardson handmade custom knives, something like that, and they're from Davisville, Missouri. It'll come up. You can look them up and purchase you a great knife. Now they make deer horn knives, and they make these knives that are like this, that have a walnut handle. So I did not bring one of the deer horn knives out here tonight. All I got is the walnut handles, because these are the two newest ones that I have. So anyway, we'll get into this here. This one was actually in the video that I did a while back on Ken Richardson knives. Now, they do a great job. All this is hand done, okay? All this is hand done, and the sheaths everything is handmade, okay? Now, I know that they use great leather. The sheaths are great. I mean, it's all done very well. This one's got a long trailing point blade. Now, these would be considered, a knife that you would just put in a collection, maybe not use, or it could be like this one could be like a companion knife, something you carry every day and actually use every day, or this could flex into that role of a hunting knife. But you can get it up close. You can see that pattern that they put on their blades. They used to make their knives out of old crosscut saws years ago, and now that market's dried up, and we've used them all up. So their steel that they use now is basically, I think, the way I understand, the equivalent of about like a 1080 or a 1075 carbon steel. But you got a brass bolsters, and then you got a little bit of like plastic or something. I don't know what it is, but it's got red, white, and blue in it right there. And then it's a rat tail tang. I don't know how far the tang goes down inside of this wood. I don't know that. It's got a piece of bone on the back that's affixed to the walnut. And this one's got a relatively large handle, but it feels great in the hand. It just feels really good. They come really sharp, not screaming sharp, but he does a pretty good job of sharpening them, because these are hand sharpened, and they do come sharp and ready to use if you so desired. The back of the spine is sharp on this one. I think it is on most of them, so you can scratch a fire steel with this if you wanted to, and use it as maybe a bushcraft knife. But they're not real thick. They're meant for skinning game. That's what these are meant for, is skinning game, processing game, using as a deer hunting knife, or putting up somewhere just to collect or hang in your gun cabinet. They're meant to be used, but they're also so nice that a lot of people just collect these and they never use them, right? Well, I've been using this one, and I'm probably going to continue to use this one on the farm, and it's worked out fine. It's worked out good. Now, they put these long. You can see how I got it all tied up. If I untied all that, it would have like two long leather straps hanging off of the sheath down like this. Well, all that does is kind of flop around and get in the way if you're actually going to use the knife. But yet I didn't want to just cut it off. So I just brought it up and just tied it up around the back of the sheath, and it's fine. It doesn't get in the way whenever I'm carrying the blade or anything, you know. It doesn't get in the way whenever I draw the blade out or anything. But this one's just got a simple snap to retain it in there. Works fine. But like I said, you can pick these up, look them up on Facebook, or you can just look up Ken Richardson's Custom Knives, Southeastern Missouri. It's Davisville, Missouri. But like I said, I've actually been carrying this one, using it on the farm. Seems to work out just fine. I've had Ken Richardson knives all my life. I've been around Ken Richardson knives all my life. He just lives 30 minutes. The family just lives basically 30 minutes down the road from where I'm at right now. So we know each other. We know them. You know what I mean? So anyway, my cigar is going to go out. Anyway, guys, this is my newest one. This one I just procured the other day, and this one is a little larger knife. It's got your deer horn here, and you can tell here it's the way that the straps are made. It definitely, you know, is different, has a different retention system. You know what I mean? Them are two beautiful knives though. But this one has had the same thing. It's got those little straps that hang down off the sheath. I tied them up around the back so I could carry this knife and use it. But the way you get this knife out of the sheath is you unwrap this leather string, and then you go out around the knife, and there you go. See, then you have all that hanging down. And here is the blade on this one. This one has actually got a sharpened swedge, so the back of it is like sharp. You can cut yourself with the back of this. So it's sharpened on both sides. That's what I'm getting at. Down to about right from here to here. Here to here, you know, is not sharp. But from here forward, it is sharp. And then the blade itself is really sharp. And you can see how this one has got a different guard on the front. Totally different style of guard. This one still has bone on the back. And it's a smaller handle. The handle itself is smaller. But it still feels great. It feels good. But very, very cool. Very cool. And Ken Richardson's, they always put on there KR and then the year. So these were both made in 2024. So they're not a brand new, but they were made this year is what I'm getting at. Yes, both of them say 24. But here you go, you guys. I can compare both of these for you. So this one is definitely a little bit longer. Both of these are what I would call a trailing point blade. You know, great skinning blade, lots of belly. But those are very good looking knives. And like I said, you guys can look them up on Facebook, look them up on you know, just Google Ken Richardson knives. You can find them, and you can get some of these. They make all different sizes too, guys, from Bowie knives to fillet knives, all the way down to little bitty neck knives, little bitty keychain knives, I believe. You can get about anything you want made, you know, and they have tons of stuff in stock. They go around to a lot of the little fairs and stuff, and anytime there's gun shows and stuff, they try to hit a lot of them places here all over, you know, southeastern Missouri, to, you know, sell their product, and they make a damn good product. So, all right, we can kind of compare these sheaths here. I prefer this snap system. If you're actually going to use the blade, you know, and carry it every day and use it and pull it in and out of the sheath a lot, this is just so much more practical to have a snap. It really is. This, if you just want to carry the knife and you're probably not going to pull it out of the sheath much, so like a hunting knife, this would be fine for a hunting knife because you're not going to be using it while you're sitting in a tree stand or just walking through the woods. You know what I mean? It's just going to be riding on your side for when you need it. To where if it's a utility style knife, if it's a farm knife like you're going to use every day, you're going to want something that's easier to get in and out of the sheath. And that's what this is, okay? So this is the way goes in the sheath. Like I said, you just got to kind of figure out how you want to wrap it, because you can do it any way you want. But I go around that horn, antler and behind the knife, and I go around the knife. I think, no, I go behind the knife and then down around the antler again, and then around it again at the top, and that leather holds everything together. There you go. It's retained. It's retained here from the first wrap, then it's retained here from the second wrap, and retained here from the third wrap. So it's wrapped in there 3 times. Now, of course, this is going to rattle around a little bit, so you may want to wrap it different, because those horns might rattle together. And if you wanted to, if the horns rattle together like that, the antlers rattle together like that, and it annoyed you, I guess you could just take that one off, you know what I mean, and leave a knot here so therefore you can wrap it. But they're for looks, they're for looks and genuine aesthetic. They're aesthetically pleasing for sure, but they are functional. They're a great knife, but they are awesome. This, like I said, this is my newest one. I'll try to get in close so you guys can see that wood grain. Very nice. They use very nice walnut. Where they source their walnut, I really don't know, but I'm sure it's probably Missouri walnut. I'm just saying. But very awesome blades. Very awesome. I'll show you guys this one again. Like I said, Ken Richardson knives. They are pretty damn nice, pretty damn amazing. If you just want a collector piece, these are very hard to beat. If you want one to use, you can get something, I promise you, that you can use. If you really want something you can use, like this one here, it's a user, because it's user friendly. With this snap, you can just pop it off, use it. This one's not quite as user friendly, but would be great, to go on a hunting trip with. So anyway, guys, that's it for my Ken Richardson knives, and I'll get out of here. We'll do something. I've got some more knives coming in, but I've got some more coming in. I got a pocket knife video I got to get to. I got some things coming. It's just going to be a little while, but things are coming. Things are happening. It just might be a week, but I don't have anything really super planned for this week coming up. So you might not see a whole lot out of the channel this week, like we did last week with the five Firecraft videos in a row. But anyway, guys, things are coming. I promise. We're out of here. Chandler's Legacy Farm. If you like what I'm doing, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We will see ya.